Alright, this is a 1997 M1078 or M1078 Stewart & Stevenson 4-wheel drive. When the mode is not on, it's got 30% power to the front and 70% to the rears. When the mode's on, it locks the transfer case and you have a 50-50 split. The front driveline is disconnected and the mode is not on, it won't go anywhere because the transfer case isn't locked, but when you put it into mode, it locks the transfer case and it sends equal power to the front and rear, so it doesn't matter whether the front's slipping or not, it still sends the same amount of power to the rear. I found that out by disconnecting the front drive line because I had a U-joint bolt rattle out and punch a hole in the transmission solenoid pan. But I'll show you in the back here as I'm walking around. There's troop seats right here. As you can see, one's folded, one's popped out. They fold down into the sides, as you can see. Spare tire right there. This is the other side. Give you a brief description of it as I walk around. We got our fuel tank right here where the diesel goes. This is your control box to raise the cab, lower the spare tire, and all that kind of stuff. So it tells you basically what to do. It's pretty simple. Just switch it over to what you want and then use these to control it, to raise it up or down. It does work on here, so that's always good. This is just a storage box. There's another little storage compartment right here. Storage compartments right here. These storage compartments right there, they're actually to stow these sides. Those sides will fold down, or you can take them off, and if you take them off, you stow them right here in these little storage areas. So give you a good look at the tires. That's the tire size, 395/85 R20s, so they are pretty good. This truck's equipped with a CTIS, or central tire inflation system. So by the push of a button, you can change the amount of pressure that you got in the tires from run flats to sand to cross country and highway. So it'll just put in different pressures and keep it regulated for whatever terrain you're driving in. And if you get a hole in the tire, it will keep it aired up. It'll keep putting air into the tire that's low. So that's a benefit. And if like your tire were to get shot, there's an emergency supply, so it'll supply air to the tire and just totally put as much air in as it can keep up with, so you can kind of drive on it. It's a cab over, the engine is underneath the cab. Got our tow hooks, air supply lines. Right here is another outlet receptacle for when if you're towing it. Brief description of some stuff over here. This right here is the coolant fill. It's supposed to be between these two window glasses. This top one right here is to fill up the transmission. This one's for engine. Got our air filter housing right here. Air filter goes just right in there. This is the dipstick over here for the transmission. The dipstick for the engine is under here. So you gotta kind of lift the cab to check that. We have our air tanks right here. There's the bleed valves for the air tanks, and our batteries are housed in here. Takes 4 batteries. 2 of them each run in series, so it makes 24 volts. They're 12 volt batteries run in series. So that's a brief description of it. Air dryer's right here. So to start this truck, I'll just run you through that real quick. The starter button's not working in there to start it, and I also have to tie the power from the fuel shutoff solenoid onto the positive side of the battery to keep that solenoid open so the truck will go. It will not go without that on this truck. Not yet, until I replace some relays or whatever. But you'll just touch this to the positive side of the battery right in here. Shove it down in there, and that will hold that solenoid open. And then right in here, I'll kind of zoom out so you can see. Right in this area. So I come in here. There's, see those 2 bolts right here. That's one of the solenoids, and right behind it, oh, I can get in there and see. No, doesn't look like I'm really going to be able to. But right behind it, right behind here, is the relay, and there's a bolt about right here and a bolt about right here. And you touch those the ends of those 2 bolts together with a flathead screwdriver or something, metal, wire, doesn't matter, and that will turn the starter over. So you have to have those 2 things in order to start this. Done. Take you inside the cab and I'll give you a little run around of it as I'm out here. I don't know if this is focusing or not, but you know, it's in pretty good condition. It does have the turret ring hole up there with the cap on it, in good shape. Back here, it's where you can stow some equipment. There's power receptacles and stuff that go there. You can store stuff under here. Some guys take the boxes out like that and put like the fold-up seats that are in a Ford Ranger, mount it to there so more people can sit in here. And this side's got this stowage box right here. The holders. Take you around. The window is broke. I did not buy it that way. The tow company or the mechanic I brought it to, either one of those guys broke it. This is the fuse panel box. I've got the cover off, so I was just about to come and mess with some of these to see if I can get the starter to work. Might be a bad relay causing the issue, because it will make a click if you push it once, but that's all it does. And then fuel shut-off solenoid, maybe a relay problem as well, so I gotta see if I can fix that real quick. Typically there is a wiring diagram on the back side of this panel. Looks like it was taken off, which is a bummer, because when you have the wiring diagrams right here, it'll tell you exactly what relay goes to what, which is nice. You can find some pictures online, I'm sure, of that. But this cover mounts over that right there, hides it away. There's a little speaker right here. So I'll go over some controls for you. So from the driver's seat position, start from left to right. This is your transmission shift module. Drive, neutral, reverse mode, and then manual up and down shift. If you're in drive mode, you can lock the transmission and prevent it from going up to a certain gear or a certain gear. Yeah, so if you push the down arrow, if you're in high, it's a 7-speed transmission. So if you push the down arrow, you can put it into 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And say like it's in third gear, you push it down so that it'll say 3, 3, or 3, 2, or 3, 1, whatever. But if it says 3 on the left side, that means your transmission will only shift up to third gear. It won't go higher than that, which is kind of nice if you're pulling a load or going down a hill, because it will prevent your transmission from shifting up. So the mode button right there, you hold that, you press that in to lock it into mode, press that in to take it out of mode. Neutral puts it in neutral. There's not a park option on this, so you just push neutral to put it into park and push the air brake, the e-brake button, or pull it out. So to check the codes on this, if the transmission throws a